I think overall we were very pleased with how we performed that evening. You know, obviously it was a great crowd. There was a lot of emotion there. It was a great cause, and sometimes it's easy to get wrapped up in that a little bit and lose a little bit of your focus. But I think our team did a great job of really staying focused and using the crowd as a lot of extra energy. And I think really besides a couple little mistakes on beam, we performed really well. And the two beam mistakes were really the only mistakes we had all day. So if we take away beam, fantastic meet. But we still realize that we need to make a little bit of adjustments on beam. We need to be a little bit more confident over there, and not hopefully count falls any more this year on beam. Obviously that was a lot of hard work by a lot of people, and we're really thankful for all the support that we've been given on this meet, for the people who raised money, for the girls who went out there and got solicitations for the raffle baskets, and for the people who donated. We can't thank them enough, because this was a great cause, and it really means a lot to our team to be able to have this fundraiser and to raise $8,000 for this fund. It just speaks volumes about not only the work that the girls did, Sharon Sabin, who put a lot of time in, Angie, who also did a huge amount of work in this project. So, we can't be more proud of the team and the way they performed, and yet, more importantly, the amount of money they raised for a great cause. Well, it's hard, because right now we are competing really well, and I feel like as a team, and that's probably the key word that I use, is as a team, we are performing well together. Obviously Marie Case had another good meet, Rachel Guida had a good meet, Chelsea Druger had a great meet, Whitney Johnson's competing great right now, Nicole Eastman. I mean, the list goes on and on. It's hard to say one person, because I think you don't score the way we did without really doing a solid performance as a total team. We're expecting a great meet from Eastern Michigan. Every time we go down there, we know it's always a battle. They always compete very well against us. It's at their home place. There's it should be a nice competition, because there's going to be 4 teams there. It's going to be a nice way to give us a little bit of a preview of MAC championships, with 4 teams on the floor at once, all competing together. So there's a little bit more going on, and you need to be able to focus all of that out. Hopefully this meet gives us a good opportunity to work on that, and at the same time see some good competition from the other teams there. And for us, we obviously have a goal to stay unbeaten in the MAC, and this is the last step. So I know there's a lot of incentive for our team to go out there and do well, but we're going to have to be at our best to beat. A huge step for us to be able to jump into that top 18. It's once again, this is something that we had as a goal for the team, and that the team had for themselves all year. And we've really talked about being ranked nationally in the country and where we want to be. And you know that once you get into that top 18, you're in with some very good company. So it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of effort. The girls have really done an outstanding job this year in competing both away and at home. And that, to be able to be in the top 18, it's not just about competing well at home. It's really being able to go out there and be a good road team. And that's the thing that really has set us apart a little bit this year, is we feel a lot better on the road, and we feel more confident. And the girls are performing that way. So it was a huge step, certainly one that the girls have had for a long time. And it feels really good to be able to achieve that. Now the goal is, obviously, we need to stay up there. Training's been going well. We've been really spending a lot of time on beam, doing a little bit more pressure sets over there. The pressure sets have gone very well. But right now, with this team, one of the nice things is we seem relaxed. There doesn't seem to be a whole lot of extra pressure that anyone's putting on themselves. They all look like they're going out there and doing what their job is, not trying to do too much. And so really practices have been pretty relaxed. The girls are, take a pretty easy attitude right now, even though they're intense and they work hard. No one's showing any type of stress, and that's kind of been the whole season so far. Well, you have to wait and see. There's, you know, it's something that we obviously are looking to potentially make a change on Beaming, and we've just struggled a little bit, you know, especially at home, trying to get, you know, those 5 girls to be real consistent. So, you know, we have other people who have been working over there and who have really been training hard and who have looked very good. So, you know, whether or not we take a look at them this weekend or not, a lot of it depends on the next 2 days here and how people look and where their confidence is. You know, I wouldn't be surprised to see a change up, but I'm certainly not going to guarantee one either. And I think the other events are pretty much set with girls looking very solid in what they're doing. We just want to be able to clean up Beam a little bit and hopefully go out there and perform it the way we do the other 3 events, whether it's home, whether it's away, whether it's a championship, whether it's this weekend. Starts with this weekend. We need to be able to go out there and perform well.